Can Fauna become a racing VTuber? Hololive VTubers were playing Assetto Corsa Competizione a few weeks ago, and conspicuously, Fauna had announced her graduation from Hololive just a few weeks later. I've already analysed the driving of Bibu and Ina, so today we're going to see if Fauna has what it takes to rebrand as a racing VTuber in her next life. Who am I though? Well, I've been a racing VTuber for the last 3 years, and I've been doing sim racing for over 10 years now. I've raced in leagues in all the major sims, and I'm a 4-time race winner in the V-Track Challenge, an all VTuber racing league where some of the fastest indie VTubers compete. Anyway, let's get into it. Okay, here we are with Fauna's fastest lap around Silverstone in the Lamborghini GT3. Obviously not the best start there as she hits the gravel on the way out of Luffield. And then unfortunately not flat out through Woket here. This corner is definitely flat out in these cars, and of course here on the straight it is best to be flat out at all times. Not very straight here either, scrubbing off a lot of speed and not the best run that you could have into the first corner here, Cops. Fauna's beginning to put on a bit more speed there. Unfortunately runs wide, although I'm not sure it will trigger a penalty for her, as a speed gain based on a fast lap probably is not enough. Heading into Maggots and Beckett's complex now. Ooh, riding the sausage a little bit on the left, but gets it gathered up. Following the racing line here pretty nicely. Obviously that's something that with time she may need to wean herself off of, but for now that's absolutely fine. She navigates the Maggots and Beckett's complex pretty well. Onto the hanger straight here, unfortunately still not full throttle. You do want to be full throttle at all times on these straights, unless you are on a massive fuel save or something like that. There we go. Fauna floors it. Unfortunately hits the grass here on the way into Stowe, not ideal. I'm glad someone likes the added runoff areas at modern racetracks these days. Heading into the Vale chicane now. Let's see what her line is like. Oh, turning in a bit too early. Yep, bit too much speed and turning in too early. Going way over that sausage curb, sending her completely into the grass here.
Don't give me the wrong way. Oh gosh. Am I going to be able to get out of the pit?
An absolute banger comes on here as Fauna navigates the gravel trap to return to the track. Not looking like the best place to rejoin here, to be honest. Completely opposite the line of traffic. Obviously free practice, so it's fine. Drives over the sausage again as she approaches the older layout of the Vale chicane, the faster layout. But she finds the correct direction and rejoins in time for Club Corner here. This corner certainly can be flat out at this speed, but Fauna is again being rather tentative, and again not being flat out on the straight, giving away time here on the Hamilton straight that would be easy otherwise. Heading gradually towards Abbey. Let's see how our line is through here. Turning in too early, a bit too shallow, and then when the turn actually begins a bit too late. Runs wide, but gets it back on the racing surface before the grass part begins, which is quite good. Slow corner coming up Village. Will she get it stopped from this speed? Not quite. Runs wide again, unfortunately. Easy to catch her out that corner, very tight in what is otherwise a rather high speed circuit. Another tight one, the loop, probably the tightest corner on the track. Fauna is very cautious through here, very low speed, but gets it through cleanly. This fast left-hander Aintree can be very sketchy in some cars, trying to be flat out. Fauna takes it very carefully, doesn't want to risk any sort of spin here. Me too, Fauna, sometimes. Me too. Hitting the grass there, obviously sending Fauna into a bit of a half spin across the track. Not ideal. Gets the power down here though. Unfortunately goes back onto the grass though again. Heading into Brooklands. Very, very cautious through here. Should be able to keep it tight though and get a good entry into Luffield. Oh, no, unfortunately Fauna goes wide regardless and cuts the middle of Luffield. Gets back on track though and keeps a tight line. And onto the main straight here towards Woodcut. And gets full throttle. Not quite. Almost. There we go. Full throttle to finish off the lap. Unfortunately, I don't think we'll be seeing Fauna debut as a racing VTuber anytime soon. Check out my videos on Ina and Bibu's driving if you haven't already, and let me know in the comments below who else you'd like to see me analyse the driving of. Catch you later.